Okay, you got the bed mounted. Well, it's mounted, it's sitting on some blocks. I got some holes to drill and weld on some 2x4 tubing. Basically, we're gonna bolt, there's like 5 runners underneath here. We're gonna go on every runner, bolt it to the frame so it's all one rigid unit. This is sitting pretty level. The frame is pretty level, but the cab is definitely sitting low in the back end. So we're gonna end up probably putting some shims in where the body mounts are. I used the 73 mounts, cut the rivet heads off, and the width of the frame is the same between 73 and second gen stuff. So you can see up in there, there's the original mount, factory rubber bushing from the 73, and just bolted it on the side of the frame. It was pretty straightforward. Use the core support out of the second gen. Yeah, that all lines up, and I just kind of used second gen and sliced it into the first gen and welded it in. So all the shit is factory. The idea is that wherever you go with this truck, you can go to an O'Reilly's and get parts for a 97 Dodge, and it's off the shelf stuff. It's nothing custom or wild. And it saves on money too, because you're not buying a bunch of exotic stuff. You're just using the stock shit that's there. So inside, bed linered the panels. This is before we had a giant 3D printer. So we might print some really cool, like, I'd love to do like resto mod, like mid to like 2015-ish or up Dodge interior in here. But for now, it's fine. I don't really care. It will run and drive the way it is, but that's more of a long-term goal.
We're going to try to see if we can get an part out dash for it, or maybe if we can 3D print something to do something with the dash as well.
So this 24 valve, not Edge, Quadzilla. They have an app that'll go to Android or iOS based interface. So I think what I want to do is find some sort of tablet, mount it in the center like a new Dodge, or actually maybe in the gauge cluster area, and that'll display all your EGTs, all the shit from the Quadzilla. So that would look really modern in an old dash, which would be kind of cool. And it would save for messing with any of the old shitty gauges or buying new ones. It's all right there. Anymore, you can get a lot of apps that will go, like the torque app will go right to OBD2 plug, and then it has all the stuff on there. It's a little cumbersome when you like start it up though, because it's like you got to load the app and whatever, but I don't know. Someone out there somewhere probably makes something cool for it these days, but that's kind of the plan for the gauges.
If you know anything, let us know.
Yeah. Anyone has ideas for this thing, I'm open to it. This door's a little rough, but someone definitely got a little wild with the dent puller.
Did not do a good job.
This is the only part of the truck I kind of don't like, other than the fact that it's a Dodge, because I don't like them either, but the patina matches, so whatever. Under the hood, we got to mount the radiator yet. You can see on the back side here, this is second gen core support, and then I just cut and welded it in. I just got to get longer bolts or space. I think I needed spacers for that. I can't remember. This has been like, whatever, 6 months ago was the last I worked on this. So I don't remember what my mind was then. We did bed liner everything underneath. The idea is to make it look nice underneath and shitty on the outside. Except for this spot where we missed when we were spraying that. But that's okay. Don't look at that.
Don't look at that.
But everything else, I actually used like stainless hardware and stuff, just to make it look nice. I don't know what we're going to do with inner wheel wells yet, what color we're going to go there.
I think we should do like dark gray.
Dark gray, probably matchy inside.
Yeah.
I'd like to find, I don't know, like out of a first gen, like 92.3 Dodge, if we can find an HVAC box that has air conditioning, because this doesn't have it, and that's pretty miserable.
Especially car show season in the South.
Yeah, that sounds horrible. Like, air conditioning is kind of a, like, want to have it deal. So, not make or break it, but yeah, that would be nice. That's a luxury that, once it's running and driving, we'll worry about that shit. But I still gotta do all the electronics. We're using an automatic in it, so it's gonna have 47 RE. I think a Stanwood's pretty easy. Like, I got the wiring diagrams for it, so other than have to do something with a brake switch. Can't remember what else you got to do, but there's a way to make it standalone. Get all that stuff wired up. Most of the other stuff, like all the hoses and intercooler plumbing and all that stuff, that is all off the shelf, like second gen Dodge stuff. So there's nothing wild there, unless we do a compound setup, which is
compound setup.
It's in the back of my head. So we'll see on that. Running and driving first, performance shit later. So eventually we thought about painting the frame, but I don't know.
It's not going to happen before.
No, that's the next winter goal. The frame can match the body, which is rust. So because this is a high miles. Actually, this truck came off a dairy farm that used to haul a cattle trailer like every day. If you know anything about dairy farms, you can guess about what the maintenance was on it, which was like 0. So I'm sure the whole front end needs to be gone through. I don't know what's in it for gears. This chassis is a 97 and it had a manual in it. So I think they came with a little higher gear and a little bigger, I don't know, U-joints or something. I don't know. They're a little heavier, I think. But whatever. Go through the front end and just put all new ball joints and all that shit in it. Or I might swap an axle. Depends what I want to do for gear ratio. But for right now, that's kind of where we're at. So we're going to finish mounting the box. Get everything bolted down there. And then probably start working on engine stuff. Because that's kind of the important part, is making it go. The box really doesn't even need to be bolted down. But it's just, it was on the list. So, and we backed it in. And it was set up perfect to like get the box set. So once that's set, then we can turn it around and put it on the hoist properly. But yeah, that is the plan.